Hey, this is Dave from cheapwinefinder.com with another Adventures in Wine today. We just posted something on the cheapwinefinder.com website, a review of a wine from New Zealand, but not the kind of, it's a Sauvignon Blanc, but not the kind of wines you expect. This one is, let me grab the bottle so I can get the name. The name is a indigenous name. Is it Maori or there? I forget the people. I know the Maori is in Australia. This is the Wildsong Hawke's Bay Sauvignon Blanc 2018. And the winery is Te Awanga Estates. And this is a single vineyard Sauvignon Blanc from Hawke's Bay. And Hawke's Bay is on the North Island. Pretty much every other wine in this price range, with a few exceptions, comes from Marlborough, which is on the South Island. And something like 95% of all the wine, all the Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand comes from Marlborough. And on the North Island, it's more likely to be Merlot or Cabernet Sauvignon or even Syrah. They're kind of getting known for Syrah, and it's a little bit more boutique-y. There's some pretty big wineries in the South Island. This is a little bit different. And I think, like I said, only 4 to 6% of the Sauvignon Blanc comes from the North. And this is Hawke's Bay. And Te Awanga, I think its name of it is in the middle of transitioning to organic wines. And the Wild Flower Vineyard is where this came from, is an indication that when you're organic, you can't use, pesticides. So you're using, wildflowers to attract the right kind of insects that kill the bad insects. And that's what it's all about. And like I said, this is not a certified organic wine. They're still in transition. Half the vineyards are. This one's not. And I'm going to take a sip because North Island Sauvignon Blanc is not the same as South Island. So I've got to refresh my memory because I need to do that. Hold up. It still tastes great, but it's not that big and bold, grassy wines that you get from the South Island. This has got a little bit softer edge to it, a little bit more rounded. It's still got great flavors. It's still got peaches and pineapple and pear and apple and tropical fruit and those type of things. But it's just a little softer. Some nice spice in there. It's just a little softer, a little more rounded. Still got great acidity. The flavors unfold and unfold. It's got great flavor, but it's not these big mad dog Sauvignon Blancs. It's, it's not made any different. This is still a young Sauvignon Blanc, making a wine that just, crushing the grapes, fermenting it, agent for a few months on lees. This one is on lees. You'll get that salty thing going on, which is cool. So you get that salty cashew things that on lee gives, and that's kind of for me the way to I like my Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc with a little bit of Semillon is the white wine of Bordeaux, and they have Semillon. Their Blancs, their white wines can age 25 years when made that way. And it's a whole different style. I kind of like the younger, fruitier, not that that's a bad style at all, but the younger style is so good. It's almost like you got to really want to try the other stuff, the age-worthy stuff to try it. Sauvignon Blanc does really well, young, fresh, bright. And this is no exception, but it's not the same. It's just, I don't know if it's warmer up there and it doesn't have, because I know the South Island Marlborough is kind of cool. The water down there is, the ocean really cools off the vineyards. And this is on a bay too, and it's one of the cooler areas. It's up high. It's one of the higher elevations in Hawke's Bay. I'm going to take another sip. It is really a good wine. It's just not what you're expecting. Yeah, much rounder mouthfeel. Really kind of cool on that. And this is a single vineyard wine. I think I found it for $12.99. I don't even think it was on sale. I think again I picked it because of the label. You can pick wine. It's got the label. What's this label? I got a, yeah, it's Wildsong's the name of it. And there's like branches with leaves, and it's all got gold on it, and it's pretty, and it's just look like something. And again, you can buy a wine from the label because that's this. It transitioning to organic wine. It's bright, it's fresh, it's full of flavor. It's almost organic, not quite. And the label kind of tells you that's what's going to happen. And you can do that with wine, and it works. And like I said, it's not the crazy, I shouldn't say crazy, but it's not the big, bold, grassy. I know one of the aromas is that Marlborough South Island Sauvignon Blanc can have is cat pee. And there's no cat pee in this one. So that's a good thing. And as much as I do like Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc, I kind of like this too. I mean, there's plenty of room for both of that. And at the price, a single vineyard boutique wine that is just, simply made and kind of pretty. That's, for $13, you can't get too many single vineyard wines for $13. Especially these aren't huge, vineyards. A lot of times you get single vineyard wine in this price range. It turns out the vineyard was like 2 miles long or something. It's like it has enough wine to fill up a lake. But no, this is just a smaller vineyard. I mean, it's not real small, but it's boutique, and it's pretty nice. And I don't know what to tell you. It's not what you're expecting, but it's well worth trying. It's rounded. It's got great fruit. It's not as tart, but it's got good tropical fruit. And it's got pineapple, maybe guava, and some tart, and some sweet, and some salty. It's what else can you ask for? It's it's just good. And that's it for me. I just like this wine. Took another sip, which tells you, I mean, it's a 3-sip wine. Where am I at? 7:19. Yeah, we're hardly going anywhere. And it's kind of funny. When I first started, when the shutdown first happened, I thought, oh, I'm probably going to do this. Every 2 days I'm going to do a wine review, and it's gotten hard to actually go out and find wine because you're only supposed to go to the stores in Chicago for necessary items. And I actually did go to a liquor store and bought wine from a liquor store, but you're not really supposed to. And I try to go to Trader Joe's because that's always a fan favorite. Everybody wants to know what the new Trader Joe's wine is. And there's a line out the door. They only let 30 people in. And the line was 50 yards long. And I don't think that's safe. And it's getting hard to get wine. I mean, I've got enough. I did, but I'm getting what I'm grabbing. And I imagine everybody else is the same way. So I'm going to try to keep it cheap because sometimes we go a little more upscale, not too high, but because not everybody has got money coming in, and they still want to drink. And I'm going to try to do some cheaper wines. I got enough wine for this week. Next week, I'm going to try to go cheap just because it might be easier to find, and finding a good cheap wine is always fun. Maybe I'll get up early enough so I can get into Trader Joe's before the crowd gets there. But that's that. And I hope everyone's well. Let's drink up to your health and keep it cheap until the next one, which won't be too many days, but because I don't want to run out of wine until I actually get the other wine. But I think there's light at the end of the tunnel, so hang in there, and I'll talk to you in a couple of days.